Welcome back, Keepers of the Flame. Okay, so we're gonna do a few more signs today. Yeah, I'm just gonna like record a bunch of stuff and then drop them as YouTube will allow me, because I'm just gonna go through and do all videos, and then I'll do the descripts and then drop the video. So excuse the lateness, but then it's gonna drop all at once. So here we go. Let's start off with Capricorn. Let's get 3 oracle cards. I have 3 different decks here. I kind of just let come out what needs to come out. So I have the Green Witch Oracle, I have the Fairy Wisdom Oracle, and then I have the Earth Magic Oracle. So that's what we're doing for this round. What's happening? How do we do this? What do we need Capricorn to know? What's up for Capricorn? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Capricorn, what you gonna put in your garden? Let's see. Passion, ooh, tranquility, and courage. And beetroot, violet, and time. Interesting. So 7, 43, and 13 are the numbers. This one is a Leo card. This is a Pisces, and the time is Libra. Interesting. I'll let you look at this. So this is kind of like an alchemical thing right here with the flame on top of it. But this looks like it's oil with herb in it. Very cool card. Beets are good for blood circulation. Imagine that, right? Circulation of the blood. And if you drink the juice or you eat one, just be prepared that when you get up from the toilet, it's going to be red in there, darling. Don't panic. It's okay. It's supposed to happen. It's a really, like you dye clothes with it. Not with what's in the toilet, but like the juice itself, the beet juice. Because when you start cutting into it, oh, it's so beautiful. Like the colors and the textures are just gorgeous. And I personally find them extremely tasty, but maybe it's just because I don't have a whole lot of earth placements in my chart other than Mars and Lilith in Capricorn. And that's it. I don't have any other earth placements at all. It's all water and fire and air. That I do really, 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 really love, like earthy vegetables. Carrots, beets, parsnips. I will eat raw. I love parsnips. Onions. I love onions. Not a huge potato fan. Not a huge. Okay, I like mashed potatoes, but you need to leave the skin on. It's weird. I like potatoes, but skin on potatoes. How about that? I like skin on potatoes. Tranquility, violets. Violets are the symbol of innocence and new beginnings. Oftentimes, when you deal with baby products, they will scent it with violets because it is the scent of newborns and fresh new life and innocence, tranquility. Yeah. So courage is time. Time. It is what it sounds like. It's when you're using this herb medicinally or in your food or whatever, you're thinking about time. It's just going to be time related, whether it be time to focus on, your family time, a good time. It's tasty stuff, and it grows. It's a good little herb to have, fresh or dried. It doesn't matter. It's delicious. You can add it to soups. If you can your own tomatoes or anything like that, it tastes really good in there. Just to switch it up from that, traditional basil oregano flavor. What else? We got candle here. We've got 2 flames and a sword. So now is the time with this passion and tranquility and courage here to start investing in something knowledgeable and new. Something new knowledge is what I'm getting from this. Because the flame represents the spark of knowledge. The flame is the old, that's a kind of a hermetic themed, what do you call it? Concept or construct. That the flame is knowledge, is truth, is the actual truth, not what society or authority wants us to perceive it as, but what we hold sacred in our own beings, in ourselves, to be true. We can, once you've lived enough, you can kind of start to begin to see the patterns that flow through life, not just yours, but everybody else's. So I think this is kind of getting you to that moment where you're like, okay, I'm going to start investing in my own flame here. Okay, because you got 2 flames right there. Candle here, candle here. Okay, maybe you need to light a candle. And anoint it maybe with some oil. Or light the way here. Something. Hang on. Let me bring this in. This is mental. This is mental energy with the sword here, with the knife. And oftentimes in like herb crafting and whatever else, if you do take that sacredness with you into your gardening, if that's of your choosing, oftentimes you do have, I think they call it a theme. I can't remember the exact word for it, but it's the knife. It's called a theme, I believe. Don't quote me on this, but it's again, I'm not technical about this stuff. I just take what resonates and go, because I'm just not a religious person. I do what feels right in here, and that's it, and that's all. So, so something here is, there's going to be new knowledge, and you're gonna make it solid here, because this is mental energy. You're gonna bring it into your mental realm and make it solid. Interesting. You're gonna bring your passion and tranquility and purity. That's really important too. That purity that you bring to it, that's the essence of everything. It's that purity. And it doesn't mean that you've never done anything wrong, or that you won't do anything wrong from here on out. It just means that you are bringing the pure essence of yourself, of spirit, divine spark, vital life force, energy, whatever you want to call it. You're bringing that forward with courage and strength. Wow, that's a lie. That's a lie, Cabby. Where are we at? Ooh, 8 minutes in. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Let's see what the Fairy Wisdom Oracle wants to say. All right. Cappy's like, yeah, please, more, thank you. The birth of magic. Look at same colors, that tranquility. Okay. So magic to me is just frequency, energy, vibration. Magic is, see that bond that she's holding with her dragoon there? That frequency, energy, vibration that they're exchanging right now. Okay, that bond that they're building with their pure self, or their beloved, or whatever it is, spirit, animal, whatever you want to call it. There's that invisible frequency, energy, vibration being exchanged here. That's what magic is. There's I read a book. It's called Earth, Air, Fire, Water. It's by a man who considers himself to be a magician. And he says magic is not what people think it is. Magic is determination and put into focus. passion, tranquility, and courage to keep going until you meet your goal. Because they had a goal to go out and get fish. And for whatever reason, the people who went out and got the fish could not get the fish. Didn't have enough fish to feed the people. Sound familiar? Anyway, so he took a bunch of people back out there and he's like, we're doing this. We got to get the fish. We got to feed these people. Period. The end. We're going to find the fish. Boom. Done. No questions asked. They found the fish. Do you see what it's that mental energy. If you haven't looked up the Hermetic principles, that's a good start for understanding what magic is. On a real level, not some, I don't want to say fairy tale, not some weird, because a lot of times that has to do with it. We're just being kind of conned into not seeing these things, not connecting the dots. You really mean to tell me that a T-Rex was roaming around the planet going on the ground, just pecking everything up like a freaking chicken? Really? That's what you want us to believe? Okay. Just saying. That was a dragoon. I don't care who you... Just saying. How could you con people into believing that this T-Rex was just going around and either stomping on its prey or plucking them up like chickens and just I don't know, a bird would. Okay. Just saying. So take another look-ski. Now, if you know anything about birds too, a lot of times their bones are hollow, especially in the wingspan. So it makes sense that the T-Rex folk, dragoons, would not have very much left in the way of wingspans, if you know what I mean. So just saying. Okay. I'm not saying it's for sure, but come on. There had to be something more than just somebody who's going around pecking people up. And I don't know. Nature's a little teeny tiny itty bit too intelligent for that. It's more intelligent than we are. So, okay. Oh, I'll just mark the book with that. Sorry. So yeah, magic is oftentimes just kind of really misinterpreted and seen as something weird or something that you only do on Halloween or in Hocus Pocus where they're sucking the life out of little kids. That's a freaking kids movie. When are we going to stop tormenting our young with horrible stories? Just saying. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way the world is and we have to indoctrinate them or introduce them to it on a much gentler comedic scale. Rain, purification. There it is again. Ta-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it is spring. So, Capricorn, whatever you're doing, you're right on. Okay. Well, let's read these first. So if you're going to plant a garden, these would be... Oh, see now, violets pop up naturally in my yard. So maybe this is a signifier to maybe try to let those little loves go. Let them bloom, let them flourish. If mine are in bloom, I do not mow in that area. I'm trying to get them to take over the yard. It will be a glorious day when the only blades of grass are on my soft little pathway through my yard. Okay. I'm not there yet, but it's coming. So, beets, let your violets grow, encourage. You can also, go up to your neighbor who's probably going to spray the crap out of them and be like, hey, I'll just dig those up for you and plant them in my yard. Just an idea, just a thought. It's a way to make cool neighbors and keep them from having to spray stuff. Whatever speaks to you. An addiction to gardening is not bad when you consider all the other choices in life. Oh, I have said this so many times to people. People are like, you might be a little, obsessed. And I'm like, I am not purchasing crack. I buy books, I buy art supplies, and I buy plants. I am not addicted to crack. I'm not addicted to, well, okay, I'm addicted to coffee and probably sugar. I know. I'm working on it, okay? Not everybody's perfect. But, like, really, there's worse things to be addicted to. Really, this is one of the best forms of therapy I've ever found. Okay, so look at the core of what usually motivates you for direction and lifting any negative energies, because a focus on self-love and developing a better understanding is needed. Beetroot supports your heart chakra and will show you that new projects, personal goals, and emotional healing are all the positive light with a chance of success. Challenges include family disagreements and getting stuck on the superficial. Beetroot seeds need to be soaked for half a day before planting. They can be sown all year in tropical areas from winter through autumn, in temperate zones, and from mid-spring to mid-summer in cooler areas. This plant requires a very friable soil that is fertile and in a sunny position. Leaves can be harvested lightly in baby beets from 10 weeks. Pull up every second beet at this time to allow room for the rest of the crop to mature to full size in a few more weeks. Magical correspondences: love, blood magic, passion, beauty, and joy. Deities: Aphrodite and Venus. Celestial is Saturn and Venus. Astrological sign is Sagittarius. Boost passion in a relationship or rekindle motivation for a project in beet ink. On a piece of paper, write your name and that of your lover or project using dried twig of a red flowering plant dipped in 1/4 cup of beetroot juice. Wrap the twig in paper and throw it in a fire, saying, "Alive with the fire, the passion within us grows higher." Ooh. Interesting. Okay, 43 is the next number. Violets. Ready, set, grow. Everything that slows us down and forces patience, everything that sets us back into the slow circles of nature is a help. Gardening is an instrument of grace. Although you may have felt tested recently, a period of advancement and breaking free is now open. Adaptation may be necessary. However, a greater depth of meaning, loyalty, and truth is inspired by the appearance of violets. Secrets are safe, and those you hold closest are also afforded this protection. The truth will prevail, and all that which no longer is wanted will be weakened. Be wary of intolerance, insensitivity to the feelings of others, and blind faith. In hot climates, plant violets in autumn, cold areas in autumn and early spring, and in temperate environments from midsummer until mid-autumn. Violets prefer semi-shade and some sun throughout the day in cooler places. A well-draining, thoroughly moist and rich soil, and they can make a good indoor plant as well. They will flower in about 6 weeks, and vase life is around 7 to 8 days. I do bring them in the house occasionally. So I have like a mix of the violet color and the white. So they make really cute little vases around the house. Just kind of bring the springtime in. I do that a lot. I bring a lot of like nature in the house, especially when it comes to the changing of the seasons. But that's not a bad idea if you find, even if you don't have any growing in your yard, maybe you take a walk through the neighborhood. Find a few violets. Just pluck a few. Ask for permission first. There you go. Courage. If you've never experienced the joy of accomplishing more than you can imagine, plant a garden. Have faith in your own abilities and take steps and leaps forward with confidence. You can do this, and you should, as the energies of time are not only showing positivity, but also a little mystical assistance afforded to you. If you are seeking an answer, it is positive as long as you act now. Failure to believe or care deeply enough can result in failure and delay. Plant from late autumn to the end of winter in tropical areas and from end of winter to early spring in late autumn in temperate climates, and in cold zones from mid-spring until early autumn. Thyme grows in most soils, makes a lovely border plant, and can be planted successfully in containers. Ensure that they are positioned in full sunlight and the soil does not become waterlogged. Harvest lightly as required. Uses is boosts activity, happiness, affection, and courage and strength. Deities are fairies, Aphrodite, Gelthion, Nelahenina, Venus, and the celestial is Venus, and the astrological sign is Libra. Courage spell. Create an aura of attraction around you with this hair decoration. Secure fresh or dried thyme sprigs into hairpins with the florist tape and tuck into your hair to create a simple or elaborate designs. The added benefit is that you should be able to see fairies when wearing thyme in your hair, especially if the sprigs are flowering. Okay, let's go over to the fairy realm then. Here you go. You don't have thyme in your hair, but here you can see a fairy. Whoop! Upside down. There we go. Innocence is the key word for this card. And the card number is 4. Here lies a message to open up your heart and find that small child within you. That childlike joy, trust, and awe often gets stifled as we grow into adulthood. Remember to see the magic through the child's eyes and mind. Recall the spirit of the fairy child within, who laughs and sings with abandon. Bring that essence into your daily life by rejoicing in nature. See beyond the adult mind into the reality of the elemental world around you. Ask for the help of the elementals in connecting with the magic within and bringing it out into all that you do. As humans, we tend to get hung up on our duties, our accomplishments, what we have and have not done. We take life way too seriously. If you have a small child in your life, watch them and see how they respond to the world around them. They come from pure emotion and pure joy. Their excitement, even in the smallest things, is essentially their spirit rejoicing at just being. The sound of a tiny chime sends them into peals of laughter. A multicolored strand of lights is enchanting and awe-inspiring to them. The taste of new food brings a look of incredulous to their faces. They absorb everything completely. They are not halted by fears or what-ifs. They live to explore and learn to rejoice. They live in the now. Everything is a miracle to them, as it actually is to us if we would just realize it. Practice seeing your world through the eyes of a child, unfiltered and opened up to what life has to offer. If you chose this card, it is possible that a small child is coming into your life, or you may be working with a small child, or your own small child within. Chant is, O magic kingdom that dwells within and without, come through my being that I may rejoice in the wisdom of the young. In all that I do, help me experience the joy and laughter that resides within my child's self. Help me to live in the now and approach each moment with innocent trust in the divine plans of my life. I am thankful for my divine connection, so be it. Skip instead of walking today. All right, purification. What is that? Rain. No matter whether it is a light shower or a deluge, rain cleanses and purifies. The moisture that has evaporated from the various bodies of water upon the planet and was drawn into the atmosphere now returns to the earth as a liquid precipitation in nature's vast and comprehensive water recycling program. Depending on when and where the rain falls, it can come as a welcome relief or a nuisance. Even the air smells fresh after a good rain. It also brings in clean water, which provides needed sustenance for plants, animals, and humans. At this most intense, rainstorms arrive in an avalanche of water, often accompanied by great and powerful winds with considerable flooding and destruction as an unfortunate consequence of nature's impersonal balancing act. When it is purged, makes way for new life to appear. Purifying your mind, body, and spirit is the task that is put before you. Purify your mind by identifying a prominent belief you carry about yourself that inhibits you from being fully engaged in life, from showing up 100% of the time. Purify your heart by allowing yourself to breathe in and out blessings and forgiveness so that you can love even more deeply. Let yourself feel your grief, truly feel it, so that the rivers of your tears become miniature. Miniature baptisms that help heal the wounds in your soul. If necessary, detoxify your body, the temple and seat of the soul, by changing your diet, doing a cleanse for a few days, or simply drinking more water. Increasing the daily amount of water you drink with deep appreciation for its purpose will revitalize your spirit. It is no wonder that in some indigenous languages water is called lifeblood, as it is so essential to every form of life on earth. Take time to purify yourself. Okay, so blood came up here twice. That might be of note for you at this moment. So maybe drink some beet juice along with some extra water too. What else? If you live in places that are being threatened with a lot of water right now, get all your important paperwork, whatever it is, in a safe environment, in a waterproof container, whatever you need to do, just in case, so you don't have to worry about that when you're sleeping at night. Make things secure for yourself. And then go out, go out into nature, start a garden, even if it's like a little raised bed or a little container. Do something like fun with it. Make a little like beet garden in the middle and put the thyme around the outside, whatever you feel like doing. Whatever that might look like for you. This would make a really cute container, just saying. Those three things with some violets and then like the thyme as the filler and then beets in the center. Just saying. Sounds like fun to me. Okay, so remembering to take the purity with you wherever you go and understanding that there's just some things that are not serving you and that are keeping you from a new beginning, from a new start, from that pure place of creativity and enlightenment. So assess whatever that might be for you. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it might have something to do with clearing out your mental and vascular systems here with some healthy fluids. Okay, Capricorn. You're going to have a beautiful spring. Either way, it's going to be glorious. Good read, Capricorn. And you're right on. All this screams spring to me. So, you have a glorious rest of your week, and until next time, keep your flame.